Hey, empty nesters. This is Dawn from A Life Well Lived Over 60. My first video on this channel that isn't a cooking video. I do have a few cooking videos on here, but I am going to be sharing with y'all my four passions. Jesus, number one, grandparents and what they do for their grandchildren. I adore my grandchildren. That's number two. But also, I'm trying to get really healthy and fit. So the other two passions I have are health and wellness. Well, actually, I guess there's five because I'm also learning new digital marketing and technology things as well. Just because you're in a different season of life. I'm in probably the last third of my life, maybe last half, depending on how you look at it. I have the time and energy to put into some really cool things. And I just wanted to bring you along for the ride. So get a cup of coffee, sit down. These videos aren't going to be very long. I'm just going to share with you what I'm doing to get healthier and what I do with my grandchildren, and probably pray with you, give you some scripture, maybe some things the Lord is teaching me, all the while living my best life, right? So, first of all, I've been married 43 years, have three beautiful daughters. They married these amazing guys. We now have eight grandchildren. You're going to hear a lot about them, adore them. And some of the things that I'm doing intentionally to bring Christ into their lives and how I can help support my children in raising them in our faith. To do all of that, 2025 is a year for me to really evaluate where my health is. I'm going to be 65 later this year. I feel most of the time like I'm 35 inside, but sometimes I don't. Things are changing, and I am doing everything that I know how to do with nutrition, with weight training, with proper supplemental support to be as on target mentally as well as physically as I can be in the next, hopefully, few decades of my life. So, what I'm doing right now, this is kind of putting two of the new things I'm doing, learning technology, and then what I'm doing for my health. I have never been one, a long time ago, I used to do resolutions for the year. I don't believe in that anymore. This year, what I did was, okay, these are some goals that I have set for myself to have accomplished by, let's say, June of this year. And right now, there's four things that I'm tracking. So I was on Canva last night because I don't know how to do this stuff yet. I'm learning. I was on Canva trying to figure out how to do a digital tracker and one that I could print out for there. And it has to be customized because I don't care about a lot of the stuff that's out there. I don't care about fiber. I don't care about carbs. I care about ounces of water, grams of protein, and steps that I'm doing daily. And then a 3 times a week strength training session. Those are the four things that I want to track. So I found some cool things. So if you want, I can like share when I figure out how to do this, like drop a link in the description where you can go and use my tracker for what I'm using it for. So when I figure out how to do that, I'll do that. The other thing that I'm doing as far as supplements, I get a once a year um, complete physical. They take a lot of blood and do a lot of blood work. So I know, is my cortisol too high? Is my insulin too high? Like, what kind of natural supplements should I be on? Like magnesium, vitamin D, all of that. So I'm working on that as well. The 100 grams of protein a day, I don't know if I mentioned that already. That is a lot for me. I don't have a huge appetite, and trying to get protein in daily, which I know will help with the muscles, which is going to help with cardiovascular and bone health. I just am really having to be intentional about everything that goes in my mouth. And I'm not used to that. And so it's a new lifestyle, but I'm determined. So if you guys who are watching this, if you have any ideas for good protein tricks, protein hacks, let me know. Would love to know as much as possible. I have a lot of cottage cheese and Greek yogurt in my refrigerator right now and meat. I do love meat, so that's a good thing. The other things that I want to share with you are I'm actively pursuing and doing some things with my own grandchildren to help facilitate their relationship with Jesus Christ. And how can I help them in learning the Bible, praying for them, knowing about God, worship, all of that? Very, very intentional because I do believe it is our God given call as grandparents to pass the faith along. Now, I am blessed in that all three of my daughters and son in laws are Christian, they are believers. And so I don't have some of the resistance that some of you may have with family members who are not in that place. So, but I'm still going to share with you things that I'm doing and ways that I love them and show them Jesus in everyday life because honestly, that is my inheritance and my legacy is will they grow up and follow the Lord and be faithful to him and be kind to others and walk in integrity, and those are my prayers for my grands. So one of the other things that may pop up is I do like to cook. And if I find a really good recipe, especially if it goes along with my health goals, I will probably videotape that and share it with you here on YouTube. I love YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, and it was just time for me to start getting into creating something for other people to watch because I've been doing all of the consuming of that. And I might have a few things that could be helpful for you. So, welcome. I hope that you'll enjoy this ride and let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you have questions about or you'd like to see. And here's to next week. Bye bye.